Captain Cherri was an academic, a student of the sciences. She studied the practical sciences. And I suppose she is searching for fame. Give me one moment. Oh, Madame. Yeah, I like that. Madame Cherri. Okay, there she is. Doesn't she look heinous? Let's go. We're in the Blue Kingdom. We don't want to be here. Okay, here we are. Let's take our facets. No min-max. Only roleplay. Let's go. Captain Cherri. Ooh. I think we'll lean into mirrors. A masterpiece. You would not let your education go to waste. You pour years of sleepless nights, setbacks, and research into one great work. They called you brilliant, eccentric, obsessive. They said it was a waste of time. They said it was impossible. You proved them wrong. What were the fruits of your labor? A scathing critique of the new astronomy, and concealed within its 3 comprehensive and erudite volumes, which are approvingly stamped by the Ministry of Public Decency, is an encrypted, but spirited, called a revolution. Do we wanna incite revolution? Maybe we think we're all that. An interlude in red and gold. You lost your mind once. They put you in a splendid hotel managed by a cheery gentleman who would determine when you could leave. How colorful the other guests were. How red the curtains, how gold the fittings, how secure the locks. Eventually you were allowed to leave, but was your recovery genuine? No. You just learned to lie. You said what you had to do. You said what you had to, and they sent you home. Even now, your world is red and gold and splendid. An inspiration. You are never without your copy of the Song of the Sky. Some call it the Skyfarer's Bible. The pages of your own copy are well thumbed, and its spine is comfortably cracked. Why are you never without it? It gives you purpose. Reading about your predecessors' triumphs and tribulations, you're confident on one truth, that you could do better. A lost love. The gradual erosion of that which separates you from someone else. And when one of those lives end, what remains of the other? Like a fresh wound. Sometimes the grief is raw, ravaging, a wolf howl in the midwinter's night. At other times it sullenly sinks, waiting for a reason, any reason, to lift its head and howl again. The great game. Once London crawled with agents of Paris, Vienna, Istanbul. Now in the heavens, the old players must find a new purpose and new enemies. Much espionage was amateur, or at best, semi-pro. There were few trained agents. Instead, you were an asset, recruited for your temperament and position. Who was your target? Domestic threats. The state was increasingly concerned with ideological threats, revolutionaries with their hidden printing presses and their homemade bombs. I totally understand that a masterpiece with Spirited Call, The Revolution, and The Great Game. I guess we just sort of have that contradictory sort of... We're a hypocrite. That's what we are. A seance. London was obsessed with the occult. A flamboyant army of mediums claimed to be able to pierce the veil and commune with the dead. Your hands held those of the guests to either side, clammy in the dark. The medium's voice was raw and yearning. Why were you there? You were a plant. You used a concealed device to contribute eerie knocks and groans to the ambience. Everyone there wanted a proof of the impossible. You merely obliged. Below stairs, the comforts of every well-to-do house rely upon the scurrying, grinding work of its servants. You know this firsthand. You dealt with matters your master couldn't be troubled with, like cleaning, cooking, parenting. But how loyal were you? You kept their secrets. Every family had them, some grander or darker than others. Your silence had value. Spiriford. Once upon a time, someone took your soul. He drew it out of your breath with a delicate silver fork. Spirifage, the unlicensed trade in souls, is a blight on London. Yours was a fortunate case, and you managed to recover your soul some years later. But how? By blind chance. You happened across your soul at a jumble sale, curdling in a chipped wine bottle. At least you are fairly sure it's yours. A quester in your lineage. One of your predecessors vanished while searching for the Martyr-King's cup. Everyone assumed they'd failed, but one day, an extravagant cup appeared on your doorstep. The cup is chiseled from weighty stone, engraved with intricate symbols that burn in the mind. It doesn't grant immortal life, but it makes an excellent conversation piece. Who do you think sent it to you? An enigmatic admirer? The cup was sent to you by a powerful and mysterious entity whose interests were served by your predecessor. Ever since, your dreams have been racked by moonlight. A disgraced predecessor, an earlier captain in your lineage, is the subject of ridicule and rebuke. Tarred with your predecessor's brush, many doors were closed to you. Where did you turn to find acceptance? To villains. Since you were already condemned, you decided that you might as well do something unquestionably worth condemning. Jesus, the stat spread is awful. An exercise regimen. You've always kept yourself in peak condition via a regime of relentless physical improvement. Evening constitutionals. A brisk walk clears the lungs and the mind. Fresh air is best, of course, but when away from port, you must content yourself with sprightly turn around the locomotive. Oh? A kinship with rats? London's rats are persistent and ingenious. They are not well spoken, but they are at least spoken. They are also marvelously skilled engineers. The relationship between humans and rats have always been fraught. The plague, exterminators, that ill-conceived cricket league in '86. So why do the rats accept you? You suspect you were their mascot. They were always very kind. Sometimes they left you little squares of cheese. Rubbery inclinations. The rubbery men are the least fortunate of London's citizens. Squid-faced, mournful, incomprehensible, despised. They clustered in rookeries and alleys, singing in gloomy, fluting voices of exile, their lost home. Why do you associate them? For charity's sake. Their poverty was brutal, their habits repellent. You needed a cast iron stomach to help them, but somebody had to. Somebody like me, I'll save them. Savior complex. We'll take the driver. We'll take the rats. Stock up on some fuel. Ooh, wait, what? Oh, bank. Devourer of distance. Cyclopean owl. Think instead we will equip ourselves with the intrepid Cappy, a valiant guinea pig. Guinea pig knight, keen to demonstrate his prowess. A devil for courgettes. We will also switch our ship to the Bedivere class escort. Name of our ship is... I don't know. The Candy Bosom. Ooh. Gotta switch out our engine. Some time ago, you had to remove a bristle-mustached corpse from the front of your engine. Now the corpse is back. It is knocking politely on the exterior hatch and asking if it can come in. Not for long, you understand. Just to warm up. It's chilly out. Absolutely not. Strict standards must be maintained by all crew. Breathing, for one. The corpse quite understands, although... could it possibly borrow a scarf? Go away. No, it cannot. The corpse stops knocking. You decide not to mention it to the crew. It would only upset them. Perhaps it's still out there, clinging to the hull. Rumors of mutiny. A pistol has vanished from the armory. Knives are disappearing. The signs of insurrection. Do nothing. What will come, will come. An end to struggle. You do not punish your crew, or turn one against each other. They know you know of their schemes and find your eerie calm unsettling. The mutinous incidents cease for now. Have the mutineers changed their mind? Or are they biding their time? Is there a pistol under a pillow, waiting for a chance to end you? A visitation to dinner. The cold is sharp again today. Engineers have already had to fix 2 burst pipes. Your thoughts turn to the bristle-mustached corpse, who has been clinging to the hull of your ship. He must be cold out there. Hungry. The dead are always hungry, aren't they? Do not invite him in. The timing is inconvenient. Busy, busy. You have many pressing tasks. The matter of McFadzean's reprimand. Amending the captain's log, and the brasses need a damn good polish. Tonight the stars are hard and cold. Sleep eludes you. Why is it so cold? Your breath hangs in the air, the ghost of a moment past. Someone has left an exterior hatch open. The corridor is choked with frost. Mists seep across the carpet. Star radiance scintillates upon the walls, intricate as a mosaic of old Byzantium. Leave it. Let one of the crew deal with it. It was one of them that left it open, no doubt. All is well. What's this on the floor? A smudge of frost. It almost looks like a boot print. How curious. You go about your business. The locomotive is drafty from the open hatch, so you don a coat and scarf. A visitation. A new friend. The bristled mustache corpse takes you aside. He must speak with you regarding a matter of personal importance. In the solitude of your cabin, he breaks into brittle sobs. You watch beads of ice squeeze painfully from his tear ducts. He is so lonely out on the hole. Could he not stay inside? He has picked out a cabin. Unfortunately, it is currently occupied. Regretfully decline. It simply wouldn't do to go around, replacing living crew with dead ones. Surely he understands. Oh, and in position, he nods mournfully. You give him some privacy, so that he can compose himself. When you return at the end of your shift, you find he has made himself at home in your cabin. He is asleep in your bed. Iron-hard mustache, bristles clog your sink. His soggy socks are steaming on the heating rail. The cheek. You drive him out and collapse into bed. How cold the sheets are, how damp and hard with frost. You slip, shivering, into white barren dreams. Rumours of Mutiny. A pistol has vanished from the armory. Conduct a lottery. Okay, here we go. And have the winners birch the losers. That should undermine mutinous alliances. Even-handed. The next day, half the crew walks stiffly. Their faces are haggard from a night of trying to sleep on backs that are ridged with birch welts. The other half avoid their eyes. No one does a good work. Your engine suffers, but mutiny has been forestalled for a while. The mustache corpse pours you a brandy. He's worried about you. Command is a burden and takes a toll. Set it aside for a while. He will watch the ship. Perhaps you would like to go for a little walk. There is no happy ending now. No. You couldn't at the moment. You're busy. Terribly busy. A long leap. For your own good, he must insist. You struggle. You slip. Your head strikes a table edge. You come to with the wind on your face. The exterior hatch is open. 1,000 suns are laid before you. Icy fingers grip your collar. As your friend casts you out into the waiting skies, you clutch his arm, pulling him out with you. A gusting wind takes you both, tumbling you into the yawning heavens. At least you aren't alone.